Ciao ragazzi, sono la prof. Adesso impariamo gli avverbi, adverbs. Adverbs describe adjectives or verbs. So they describe how something is done. Okay, for example, Luigi è gentile. Here I'm describing Luigi. Luigi is kind. So the gentile does not describe the verb to be. It describes Luigi. But if I say how Luigi does something, I will turn my adjective into an adverb. Luigi parla gentilmente. So in English, Luigi is kind and Luigi speaks kindly. So a lot of times we can say that an adverb in English is that word that ends in li in general. I hate to make generalizations. So Sara è veloce, I'm describing Sara. You do have a verb here. You'll always have a verb in a sentence. So a lot of times with the verb essere, the verb to be, you'll be dealing with an adjective. If you have another verb that's not to be, and then something that describes it afterwards, you'll probably have an adverb. So Sara cammina velocemente. So here describes Sara, and here describe how Sara walks. Marco è lento. Marco corre lentamente. Okay? So these are adjectives. So I'm assuming you have already figured out what's happening. So you see I have E ending adjectives. You drop the E and you add mente. You have O ending adjectives. The O becomes an A and then mente. There we go. Fortunato, O ending, comes in A and add mente. Intelligente, you just keep the E and add mente. We have an exception. Re and le drops the E and just adds mente. Okay, come gentile becomes gentilmente. So here's a list of common adverbs that are just adverbs without coming from an adjective. So it's not mente. So they are adesso, di solito. Adesso is now. Di solito is usually dopo, after or afterwards. Non più, not anymore. Poi, then, later. Presto, soon, quickly. Prima, before, first, beforehand. Qualche volta, sometimes. Subito, immediately, right away. Tardi. This is the page that everybody hates. These are the irregular adverbs. Okay. Apart from, words like this that are just born as adverbs, most adverbs do come from their adjective. But we do have exceptions. So, if your adjective is buono, so good, then someone does something well, which is bene. So in English too, they don't match. So you don't say goodly, you say well. Cattivo is bad in quality. And then it becomes male. How something is done badly is male. So notice that these adjectives are adjectives that in Italian go in front of the word, which is an exception, in front of the noun. Usually adjectives go after the noun. These here is already a part of a special category because they go in front of the noun, but you'll notice that they are in agreement, they agree, so you'll have to make the changes, necessary changes, for them to match the word that they refer to. Because you can't really count verbs or adjectives, they don't have a gender and number, you will always not make an agreement when you have an adverb, any kind of adverb. These, or even the special ones. No agreement. So, you see, here I have options because it's an adjective. Here I don't. Now, molto, it's like, oh, this is great. It's the same word. Unfortunately, unless you're dealing with a singular masculine word, then I won't know if you can't tell the difference. But if there might be a need for an agreement, I will be able to tell, because molto as an adjective agrees, as an adverb it doesn't. So for example, I have many books, io ho molti libri, and I read a lot, so I'm describing how much I read. Io leggo molto, Troppo, too much, same thing. If it's an adverb, it won't change. So for example, let's say I read too much, io leggo troppo. But if I read too many books, describing the books now, so io leggo troppi libri. Poco, poco, same thing, little. So these are the special ones. And with molto being probably the most commonly used of the special ones, although male and bene are also, and there's always a lot of confusion with these, bene and male. This is well. So how are you? Come stai? Bene. We don't say good. We say well, bene, because I'm describing my being, how I'm feeling. Okay, bene. The contrary of that will be male. Molto, a lot. Can be an adjective or an adverb, and I pretty much explained all of this already. So pay attention to the special adjectives. Don't forget to make these changes for o, e, and these two little exceptions here. Very simply, those are the adjectives in Italian. I put this heart with an X on it because they do not agree. Don't forget. Ciao.